Oh, ready? I can always edit. All right, so we're passing whatever has happened. I've landed in top half guard, okay? If this knee shield begins to come up, they still can cross their feet or whatever, but it's preventing me to kind of like come in. I'm trying to get the underhook. Even if I catch the underhook, they may put a knee shield in. That doesn't prevent me from flattening her out. That's a problem, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna switch my hips, okay? And put my left hip into hers, all right? Similar to the crawfish pass, all right? But I'm actually not going to pass. Now, also remember that even though this is a whole bunch of attacks, your position is always key, okay? So if you feel like, probably not from this spot, but if you can take the back, if you can go to mount, these are things that you should be aware of. Don't get greedy and try to attack and lose position, okay? So I may come in and come all the way over like this, all right? So once I get to this position, very often they're gonna shoot for that underhook because that's what they're supposed to be doing too, okay? So she's got an underhook on. And you see how far back I am right here on her head? All right, that feels good because it's like we're in a little groove. You know, my armpits into her shoulder area, it feels like nice and snug, like a puzzle piece. The only problem is, look how far back I have to reach in order to grab her wrist, all right? And she can begin to take me over, okay? And I'm gonna lose my position at that point, all right? So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take my arm and I'm gonna jump the shoulder, and I want to pin her elbow as tight as I can to her body, or the floor if possible, all right? So I'm gonna lean forward, I'm gonna base on my toes back here, and I'm gonna trap that arm like this, nice and tight. And I'm gonna walk this foot up, all right? And that's not gonna give her much leverage anymore. She feels somewhat flat, but I can easily pick my arm up right here and grab that wrist at that point, okay? Sometimes when they feel this arm trapped that bad, they may begin to panic and drop their elbow to the mat and put their wrist up to me right here, all right? Because they feel like, okay, something's not right. Or if I touch their wrist, they pull it down, all right? If they put their hand on my rib cage, I'm gonna take a C grip and push it to my belly, and I'm just gonna lean into it. All right? Sometimes you catch the wrist lock. If not, she's starting to slip it out. She's pulling her elbow that way. I can pull it out and grab the top. All right? So we're always going to use attacks to either get into positions or move into other attacks. Okay? Either you're going to catch it or they have to move it because it's going to break, and then you catch it another way. So if it's here and she's unable to move the elbow, I get the wrist lock. All right? Don't sit there and try to isolate the elbow because the elbow can move this way. It's not moving this way. So by me doing this, look at the gap I'm creating. Now I'm hunting for submissions that are gonna make me lose the position. It's not that important, okay? So I'm gonna stay tight. If I get it, great. If not, it starts to slip back, it'll come off. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my elbow and drop it to my hip. Tight, 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 all right? From here, I can weave my hand in, all right? Now I have it. Now I can't push it to the mat and submit her, right? It just doesn't work that way, okay? So what I can do though, is make sure my leg is nice and straight, I'm on my toes, and I'm gonna push it away from her body. But I need to keep it at this angle right here, okay? If I go here, she'll rotate her wrist eventually and pull it back in, and we have to roll into the Metamoris systems from there, all right? Or the mousetrap systems. I don't want to have to re-grip. I just want to stay where I'm at, okay? I'm in a good position if that happens, but I'll have to completely switch all the way over. And if they're really strong, like him, and I'm doing this, he may actually roll me this way and come up on top, all right? So I'm thinking of it from a technical aspect, not, oh, I'm stronger than that person, I'll be able to get it. I don't want to be like that, okay? I want to be technical, so no matter who I'm attacking, it doesn't matter. So I'll get here and I'm gonna push it at that angle. Now, you see how this left elbow's on the mat? I'm gonna motorcycle that tight and I'm gonna drop my right elbow onto the mat. I'm gonna pick this one up and then I'm gonna start pushing that way. And then I get the tap, like that, okay? I can also motorcycle really hard that way and lift up, and it's like a straight on from there. But I have to stay at this angle, okay? So I'm in that position right here, boom. All right, she underhooked me, yeah, wedged. I'm gonna come all the way over and switch, all right? Another thing, if I'm way up here, I'm in that nice tight puzzle piece, she's got a lot of leverage. I'm gonna weave my hand in and hook her leg and gable grip my hands and then walk myself up. And then look, now when I'm ready, I can let go and start attacking that wrist. Never keep it up here, keep it down, okay? I keep it down and now I can push it out, motorcycle in and start lifting up or drop, push it that way, okay? Not past the head, all right? That's number one, okay? It's simple, but we have to think about the position and angles that we're using to attack, okay? And then I'll show you the next system, all right? This is a little different because we're under the inclination that I'm always trapped. I don't have my legs free, okay? So even though I'm in the top position, which often will be probably the dominant position, because I'm being locked down, I can't create a lot of angles, all right? Normally, if I'm in this type of position, I need to step over the head, right? How am I gonna do that? My legs are trapped in here, that's not possible. So we'll go over the different scenarios on what we do while we're trapped in that half guard, okay? All right, let's try that one out. On three. 1, 2, 3.